Hello, welcome to the lunch edition of MBC News, and you are with me, Abale. Our top stories. Government releases new boards for 66 statutory corporations. Civil society organizations call on authorities to devise mechanisms that will enhance protection of human rights defenders. And Australia becomes the first country in the world to ban social media to children under the age of 16. Thank you for joining us. Now the news in detail. Government has unveiled a comprehensive reconstitution of boards of directors for 66 state-owned enterprises and statutory corporations across key sectors of the national economy. The appointments, which took effect on the 9th of December 2025, covers institutions under the Ministries of Education, Youth and Sports, Information, Lands, Labour, Transport, Natural Resources, Finance, Agriculture, Industry and Gender. In a press release signed by Chief Secretary Justin Saidi, government stated that the newly appointed boards are expected to provide sound strategic guidance and robust oversight. This move aims to enhance performance of these corporations and improve the delivery of essential public services to Malawians. Key appointments include new boards of major institutions such as the Malawi Broadcasting Corporation (MBC), Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi (ESCOM), National Food Reserve Agency (NFRA), and Roads Authority. Government pledges to continue supporting the Anti-Corruption Bureau (ACB) in the fight against corruption. Vice President Justice Dr. Jane Ansah says government is fully committed to ensuring that the ACB remains strong, effective and fully empowered in the fight against corruption. She was speaking in Lilongwe during the commemoration of the International Anti-Corruption Day. Nkhani Simtowe with the details.
Malawi joined the global community in commemorating the International Anti-Corruption Day under a localized theme promoting human dignity in the fight against corruption. This year's global theme is Uniting with Youth Against Corruption, Shaping Tomorrow's Integrity, emphasizing the crucial role of young people in combating corruption and building a future of integrity, transparency and accountability in their communities. First Vice President Justice Dr. Jane Ansah emphasized the importance of empowering the youth to become active champions of honesty and accountability in their communities. The Vice President observed that corruption is not only a financial crime, but also a moral crime, with every corrupt practice undermining human dignity. She called on the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs to support the ACB in whatever way possible in order to make it effective in the fight against corruption in Malawi.
Our mission is to ensure that public resources serve the people for whom they were intended with dignity. I therefore urge the Anti-Corruption Bureau and the Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs to review and eliminate programs, practices, and procedures that undermine the dignity of our people in the delivery of public services. To the youth, I therefore say, you must reject shortcuts and dishonest gains. Stand firm in truth and integrity and guard your country's future.
Speaking earlier, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs Charles Muhango said government will champion various anti-corruption reforms focusing on strengthening the independence and capacity of the Bureau to effectively combat corruption through innovative approaches. Muhango said the Democratic Progressive Party-led government has adopted a zero-tolerance policy on corruption by, among other aspects, guaranteeing the independence and integrity of the Bureau, as well as strengthening its institutional, financial and technical capacity. Acting SCB Director General Gabriel Chembezi said the fight against corruption is not only about protecting resources but also about safeguarding human dignity. Chembezi therefore called for a revision of some pieces of legislation, including the Corrupt Practices Act.
We are currently developing an intelligence and surveillance unit within the Bureau with technical support from GIZ. I therefore warn public officers who demand or receive bribes that your days are numbered. For these surveillance operations to be effective, we request a review of the Corrupt Practices Act to allow the Bureau arrest suspects of crime without a warrant if necessary to do so. I therefore request the Honorable Minister of Justice to assist us in this area of reform.
The United Nations set aside 9 December of every year as the International Anti-Corruption Day to raise awareness about the dangers of corruption and promote collective action against it. Meanwhile, institutional integrity committees from Blantyre Board, Malawi Law Commission, Machinga District Council, Ministry of Tourism and Mberwa District Council have been recognized with certificates and awards for their outstanding work in the fight against corruption in their institutions. Yamiganisi Mtowe, MBC Lilongwe.
Government has expressed concern over the slow progress of construction works of Chipaiga Health Post in Nkata Bay. The facility, which includes 2 staff houses, is being constructed by Chimhanya building contractors at a cost of about 3.2 billion kwacha. George Nkandawire reports from Nkata Bay.
Construction work at the site started this October, but groundbreaking ceremony was done in February. Touring the project, Minister of Health, Madalitso Valoi, stressed the need for the contractor to accelerate works to ensure communities can start benefiting from improved maternal and primary health care services as planned.
There are a lot of work that needs to be done, and looking at our time, it's not matching up. So for me, it's worrisome. As we know, the President of Malawi, Professor Montarika, has already promised Malawians on how best we need to deliver in terms of health care. And this is one of the initiatives that will help the people of Chipaiga to access health services nearby. But the contractor that is on the site, there are some challenges which I'm here to make sure that those challenges we deal with them and have this post finalized and working.
According to Chimuhanya building contractors official Alexander Ngoma, said challenges related to bonds and poor road network have contributed to the delays.
The challenge that we had was with the bonds. Of course, I think groundbreaking was done in February, yes. But for the government to give us the bonds, it took us time. So the bonds came in, I think it should be October, September, yeah, October. That's when we started, we received the money. So we started works generally in October. So as you can see, this is early December. So I think with the progress we are in time.
Chipaiga is one of the 4 health posts alongside Banda, Lero and Kaiwozi, benefiting from a 3 billion kwacha investment through the Presidential Initiative for Maternal Health, receiving funding from an American foundation. George Nkandawire, MBC, Nkata Bay.
Civil society organizations that promote human rights in the country have called on authorities to devise mechanisms that will enhance the protection of human rights in the country. Executive Director for Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation, CHRR, and other organizations made the call during the commemoration of the 2025 International Human Rights Defenders Day in Mzuzu. Ludovico Nyirenda has more.
Youth and Society YAS, in collaboration with Malawi Human Rights Commission MHRC, Human Rights Defenders Coalition HRDC, Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation CHRR, and other stakeholders have commemorated the 2025 International Human Rights Defenders Day in Mzuzu. The commemoration started with a solidarity march from Mzuzu High Court roundabout to Grand Palace Hotel, where they had a debate. Speaking after the event, Executive Director for Center for Human Rights and Rehabilitation, CHRR Michael Kayata, said defenders of human rights face different challenges in the country, ranging from being arrested, attacked, and cyberbullied. Kayata then called on authorities to come up with a mechanism that would help to promote human rights activism. Kayasa further urged young people in the country to understand their roles on human rights and respect other people's rights.
Human rights defenders need protection. Their work is important to ensuring that the rights of Malawians, rights of citizens and others that live in the country are protected, promoted and fulfilled. Unfortunately, we live in an environment where even the rights of human rights defenders themselves are also at risk.
Grigore Gondwe is one of the journalists in the country who has been targeted for investigating and reporting on corruption and says the day was important to the nation in protecting the life and work of human rights defenders.
So we are the foot soldiers when it comes to defending human rights. So we cannot always exclude ourselves when it comes to defending the rights of the people or human beings as journalists.
This year's event focused on solidarity, resilience, and corrective action in defense of human rights. Meanwhile, the Malawi Human Rights Commission has said the Human Rights Day commemorations will take place in Nkhani on Wednesday, and Second Vice President Enoch Chihana will grace the occasion. Boniface Massa is one of the commissioners.
So we are here in Zomwe in the north to celebrate this day. Officially, the day will happen in Nkhani, but we want to meet the media, but also talk to Malawians on the importance of this day, but also highlight the gains and the gaps in terms of human rights in Malawi.
Rudoviko Nyirenda, MBC News, Mzuzu.
This is MBC News, and you are with me, Abale Chingambe. A reminder of the top stories. Government releases new boards for 66 statutory corporations. Civil society organizations call on authorities to devise mechanisms that will enhance protection of human rights defenders. And Australia becomes the first country in the world to ban social media to children under the age of 16.
Did you know that gender-based violence, GBV, includes physical, sexual, emotional, psychological, economic, and educational abuse?
Coercion and threats directed at an individual based on their biological sex or gender identity.
Gender-based violence undermines the autonomy, dignity, health, mental, and physical security of its victims.
Let's unite as we observe 16 days of activism from the 25th November to 10th December this year.
Under the theme, Unite to End Digital Violence Against All Women and Girls.
Together, let's end gender-based violence.
Be supportive. Keep yourself, your family, and community protected from any form of violence.
Say no to any form of violence. Unite to end digital violence.
Welcome back. Government will continue expanding electricity connections to more households across the country through the Malawi Rural Electrification Program MAREP to help improve people's lives. Minister of Natural Resources, Energy and Mining, Jean Matanga, made the remarks in Traditional Authority Kuntaja's area in Blantyre, where she switched lights in the MAREP 9 project. George Panda reports.
Speaking at the official launch of electricity supply to Chigumukire Community Day Secondary School and Chigumukire Primary School under MAREP Phase 9 in Traditional Authority Kuntajas area, Blantyre District, Matanga said electricity is a key driver of economic activity. Matanga added that the expansion of household connections is intended to bring about positive changes in people's lives.
As a government, we feel that what we had set out to do is happening. As a government, there is a policy guideline to make sure that we connect rural masses. And MAREP 9 was rolled out. We are now almost about 78% done. We should be finished by March this coming year. And now, because we're almost there, that's why we thought it wise to come and make sure that we do the switching on, and it pleases me to see that as what was set out to be done is done now. We are realizing our goals. Yes.
Traditional Authority Kuntaja commended the government for the project, noting that the availability of electricity in the area will, among other benefits, support the growth of small-scale businesses, and he urged the community to protect the installed infrastructure and guard it against vandalism.
Me and my subjects would like to commend government for this initiative, and it is our hope that the project will continue. We will jealously guard this initiative because we have been waiting for it for so long, and I'm happy that government together with ESCOM have answered our call.
Since its inception, MAREP has connected thousands of rural institutions and households to the national grid. Phase 9, currently underway, targets even wider coverage, with government and development partners working to ensure that by 2030, the majority of Malawians have access to reliable, affordable electricity. George Banda, MBC News, Chileka, Blantyre.
Mzuzu City Mayor Chembekezo Moses has called on bloc leaders, traditional leaders and councillors to strengthen their cooperation and work with a unified purpose to improve service delivery in the city. Speaking at a meeting with community leaders, Moses said Mzuzu cannot progress if its leadership structures operate in isolation. George Nkandawire reports from Mzuzu.
According to Mzuzu City Mayor Chembekezo Moses, when bloc leaders, traditional leaders and councillors move together, the whole city will move forward, saying unity is the foundation of development. The mayor's call comes as some communities continue to face challenges such as poor waste management, blocked drainage system, and slow responses to local concerns.
With the government of DPP administration, everything will change, and we've already talked to the leaders of this government. They promise us, and I'm very sure we are going to see the change anytime.
Bloc leaders and traditional leaders welcome the appeal, saying coordinated efforts will make it easy to mobilize residents and push for timely action from city departments. Chester Mteya is one of the bloc leaders. He says that they have welcomed the mayor's appeal, saying coordinated efforts will make it easy to mobilize residents and push for timely action from city departments.
At first, we're supposed to appreciate the current mayor, because if you can take a look, we have been in this city, Mzuzu City, for so long. But this is the first time for mayor to invite the bloc leaders to hear the opinions from the bloc leaders according to how we can move on within this city. First, maybe we can say there was some conflict between traditional leaders and bloc leaders, but for now we work together. There's no any problem. As you can see, we are in together in the chamber. We discussed the matter and everything was okay. I don't think if that thing can also continue, hopefully, for development to work it good, we're supposed to work together.
The City Council will soon roll out a new community engagement plan aimed at strengthening collaboration among all local leadership structures in the coming weeks. George Nkandawire, MBC, Mzuzu.
Government has emphasized the significance of strengthened diplomatic, economic and cultural relations between Malawi and India. Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Bright Molande, made the remarks in Zomwe at the first edition of the India Dialogue in Malawi, organized by the High Commission of India in partnership with the University of Malawi, UNIMA.
As a country, we need to place value on ourselves, that we need to be proud of ourselves. We need to know that there are also things that we can offer to the world. Because if we don't do that, then our relations with the rest of the world is going to assume that we are always in a begging position, and that because we have nothing to offer and we assume that we can only receive. As a result, it's very easy to have a foreign policy that is based on the assumption that we must go only to countries that can give us this or give us something. But we have a lot to offer to the world.
India is presently is ready to play a very bigger role in all global world order, and we always believe for the multipolarity and the multipolar world, and of course we also want to have the global South partners also to be in the global and multipolar world also, their role also. So we are here, and of course India always ready to help Malawi, of course, and as I have mentioned that India offered $395 million line of credit soft loans for their many projects.
There should be not just one way ourselves sending members of staff to be trained in India, but it should be an exchange. So I did highlight an issue of exchanging, students. Our students going to India, maybe they can spend 1 or 2 weeks there doing a course and then get credits, and we should recognize those credits when they come back. Similarly, we can also be having Indian students in Malawi. There are cultural programs that we have in our schools that they too can benefit.
Moving on to sports, Malawi national netball team coach Peace Kalua has expressed satisfaction with the team's performance against South Africa despite a 38-58 loss in the ongoing Netball Africa Cup. Kalua says the team has shown character to challenge for gold and is optimistic of defeating Tanzania in their last pool 2 match on Friday and finish second in the group.
They really played well. That's what I'm looking forward to see. And they have shown the young ones that they are growing and the mentality is tough. In today's game, I can say maybe we took time to settle down in the first quarter, because in the first quarter, if we analyze very well, it's where we got more turnovers before we are catching up. So when we are losing by 10 baskets in the first quarter, with a team like South Africa, there is going to maintain. Because if you saw the margins which we have scored in the second quarter, third quarter, and last quarter, we were close. That means if we just teach our girls to settle early, I think the game by now we could have been talking of something else. Because if we win tomorrow's match, we won yesterday. If we win tomorrow's match, we are sitting that we are into the same finals. If we win that one, we are going to put ourselves in the same finals. As I'm saying that today's game, we lacked that settlement in the first quarter. We believe going forward, we will tell our girls to settle as well. Because you have seen the difference which has happened today. The way they played yesterday and the way they played today, totally different, which is giving us hope.
In international news, Australia has become the first country in the world to ban social media to children under 16 years. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese said this will help to curb online harms. A recent research shows that overuse of social media among teens has resulted in misinformation, bullying, and harmful depiction of body image. According to Reuters, so far, over 200,000 accounts have been deactivated on TikTok alone, with hundreds of thousands more to be blocked in the next few days. Other countries such as Denmark, Malaysia, and New Zealand have signed to emulate the Australian model.
It is about our families taking back control. Technology can have an amazing impact on making our life easier. But it is important as technology develops that humans keep control, that we assert our authority as a society and to back families and to say that enough is enough. We will take back control. We will control the impact that this is having.
And that's it from our newsroom this afternoon. A recap of our top stories before we leave. Government releases new boards for 66 statutory corporations. Civil society organizations call on authorities to devise mechanisms that will enhance protection of human rights defenders in the country. And in international news, Australia becomes the first country in the world to ban social media to children under the age of 16. For more on these and other stories, scan the QR code at the top right corner of your TV screen. You've been with me, Abale Chingambe. Thanks for watching and good afternoon.